I shall share with you momentarily.
Alright, we're about to start.
Motherfucker, that's cheap.
I said we're about to start. You can't do that, that's cheating.
Oh, did you see what I sent you?
I have not looked yet. I've been trying to set this up.
How dare you?
Like, I keep trying to tell you.
How dare you keep trying to tell me? There's just no reason.
There was just no reasoning with them. Alright. That's on. That's on. That's on. That's on. And that's set. Save. Alright, we should be live. Should be getting the notification anytime now.
Yep, just got it.
And I now have, yep, I've got the Roman one. I love that. I'm going to use that. That is too good. That's really good. I like this one. That's pretty good too. I like that design. That's pretty sick. And then that's just glorious. I really, really like that design. That is sick.
Yep. Hi there, Michael.
Are these both from the same idea?
Yeah, same prompt.
Well, what's different about this one?
That prompt is Knights fighting Vikings.
Okay.
I thought Crusader.
I could see that as like I could see that as like a Templar story. You know?
Yeah.
Maybe that's his mentor who just died or something.
Yeah, I thought it was a Viking who was killing, but okay.
I mean, it could be, but the Templars didn't really fight Vikings all that often.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't specify which branch.
Oh, okay.
I just let it run wild and was part of the Crusader Knights. So
that's a fair point. That's a fair point. Although that armor is a little out there.
Yeah, it is. They take liberties.
Yeah, but you know, it's what it is.
I mean, I typed in the noodle incident and that gave me like Ward, Calvin, and Hobbes comics. It was wild.
Never underestimate the power of the noodle incident.
I guess Will Watterson, even through the power of it, is like, you will never understand.
You'll never know. I love that he never elaborated. Apparently he was even asked, what is the noodle incident? And he said, and you're not meant to know. That's the thing. These are questions you're not meant to answer.
Does Tripitaka know?
Does Tripitaka knows everything, dude.
It doesn't.
All right.
Does he know why kids love Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
No.
That's what I thought. Why is Ruth's sword so gosh darn schmancy?
Because she inherited from her master. From Stephen, remember? I said in her story that she inherited Stephen's sword. So even though her armor may be pretty basic, Stephen's sword was not. It's a very legendary sword.
You are a sword.
Do you have any plans to play Baldur's Gate 3? I've already started playing it, actually.
Once we get cross.
All right, Labaj asked if he could join, so I'll invite him. Professional Sim, do you think I can play with you tonight? What's your Ubisoft name?
That one, mine just dropped $20 saying won't be able to stay, only get to watch once the stream ends. But you two for all the great content, keep it the good work, Bird Brothers.
Appreciate it. It means a whole lot to us, definitely. Professional Cynic, what is your name so that I can get you?
Is it Professional Cynic? Totsgib.
Tots?
Gab.
Okay, I don't have you on here, so I'm gonna look for you.
How late am I? We're still starting. We're good. Can you please play Ruth at some point?
Yeah, we will definitely play Ruth sometime tonight. Because after what I did with Ruth the other night, whoo, I'm going to be releasing that video. Habit gave me permission to release that video. Okay, Tots.
I'm not a match, but I'll quit. Yeah, we still need to figure out your name. Tosh guy.
There he is. Yeah, that's got to be it. It's got to be it.
Good evening, Ravenlock. I hope everything is going well for you. Yeah, this shit's going pretty good. It's Friday. But if you're in a match and you quit, does that mean you'll be able to join?
I mean, if you quit too late, you'll be penalized. But it might work because he's joining me. I don't know.
Or maybe if he's just fighting bots, then.
I think it would still. I don't know.
Hello there.
I don't see it. Let me pull out, try going back in again. I got way too many friends here because people find out I'm a YouTuber and they want to become my friend, but then all they want to do after that is just challenge me to fights, and I'm like, please stop.
No.
And then they'll call me a pussy for not accepting their challenge. I'm like, I just don't want to fight you.
It's like you.
Are you? I don't know. Did you? Oh, did you accept my friend request? Did you accept that?
If you join through an invite, you don't get a penalty.
Okay. Well, you gotta accept my friend request.
As for
Raven, what did you do with Ruth the other night? Yeah, so apparently Havoc was doing a stream last night, and I got to jump on and join him for the stream. And in the last match of the night, the very last match, we were breaking, and it was just me left on the team, and I 1v4'd, and I didn't win, but I did insanely well to the point that even Havoc was popping off. Like it was really awesome. It was so much fun, and I was like, oh man, guys, I tried my best. And like, dude, that was sick, you know? So Ruth had a moment last night.
If Ruth had a perfume, what would it be? I hope vanilla. Just for you, Vlad. It's fitting.
You gotta, I'm gonna send it one more time, see if it works. If it doesn't work, then
We got things to do.
we gotta get going, yeah.
Dang gooby soft.
It's one of those things, man.
As for if Heathmore had a Halloween party, what heroes would show up? Shugoki definitely. He wants the candy. Shaman, I feel, would want to be included.
Oh, I'm Bugclocka 12. Oh, then I don't know who that guy was. All right, anyway.
He's probably confused as all heck. Ito just to scare the kids? Oh, absolutely. Gotta be careful that he might kill the kids. Conk because he's looking for any...
Oh, it's still the same thing, but it says Bugclocka. What? I'm confused. Okay, let me try to find you. You said you sent me one? Let me have a look. Well, there's the Ice King. I'm surprised I didn't accept that one. There it is. Whoa, it was just there. It was just there. Oh, wait, no, it says it was sent. I sent you one. I can't accept one from you because I sent you one, bro. You've got to accept mine.
So about Naomi Ingosoko. I mean, she's in the video file.
Naomi Inon Hesoko? Yeah. So that's it. Naomi Inon Hesoko. What I wanted to do tonight, if we could, at some point, I want to talk about some of the new stories, characters, and ideas that Lark and I have been cooking up. Like, we've been coming up with some cool story ideas and concepts and things like that, and Naomi is one of those. So I thought it was fun. Hello, Slandy. How you doing? I'm sorry, dude. I'm going to check one more time to see if you're not. We got to get going, man, because we wasted too much time trying to get people in. So let's take a look, see if you're on.
I can't see it.
Maybe we need to look for Bugclocka. Let's try that. Nope, no Bugclocka. Let's try Totes Gab. I'm sorry, man, you're not there. You're going to have to accept it later, dude, because we got to get going. All right, let's hop in.
Centurion and Gladiator would agree to be Mario and Luigi, but they both show up as Mario. I can see that. And they try and convince War Mommy to be Princess Peach. I can see it now.
All right, I was asked to do Ruth, so we'll start with Ruth.
Goes on.
Professional cynic. What I will do is I will try to send it again later, but I mean, I don't know what else I can do. I can't put the whole stream on pause just to fight that battle. Hold on, what's this? By the way, when logging in to watch the stream, I got a message saying I violated community guidelines. I'm not sure exactly what I did, but I know I didn't disrespect you or tried to.
Which one? Who is this?
Anthony Schneck.
I don't see this.
Hey man, don't pout, cynic. We're trying. We did try. You can't fault us for trying.
I don't know what you did either, Anthony. I mean, the first thing I see you post is a good evening, Raven and Lark. Hope everything's going well for you. Well, that might have done it there, Anthony. How dare you try and wish people a good evening? You should know better. But seriously, I have no idea what that happened. Warmonger should show up dressed as Apollyon.
Tell you what, Cynic, after we're done with this match, I will try again. Try sending another invite to me, like a request to me. Just see what happens, because I don't know what else to do. Like, let me try something else real quick. It's a long shot, but I will try it.
Sure, it's like your acronym for Orochi had me rolling on the floor laughing.
Oh, thank you.
Why yellow?
We pray Raven gets the clutch of a lifetime with Ruth. Yeah, that again. I'll be releasing that video later. I want to share that. It was so great.
I like to think the reason these minions are fighting is because they all collectively got insulted about their mustaches, and now they're here.
Slaney says he has the same issue with Ubisoft Connect sometimes. God, no, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it.
Hey Raven, who will win the fight? Megatron or Doom Guy?
Doom Guy would totally win.
I mean, if you can go through
because Megatron is genetically or mechanically built to lose. Why did I fall for that? I should. Whoa!
I was like, all right, I'm out. The game's like, oh crap, that's right, it's a fall.
Oh, Cynic says he got it. Okay, well, Cynic, after this match, we will invite you. I should have gone for that. I really should have. That was smooth brain moment of me.
It was at this moment Raven knew.
He fucked up. Yeah, it happens. I make dumb decisions. I am not always smart. But yeah, let's talk about some of our. What we'll do is we'll talk about one or two of our characters that we've been working on. Oh crap!
Ah crap!
Anyway, as I was saying, let's talk about Naomi first. So Naomi, all right. So here's how she kind of came about. One thing that we thought was fun, Hannah and I were sitting around, we were just talking about different Claire designs, because Hannah always draws me as a girl, and she likes to come up with different designs, outfits, motifs, themes that she wants to do for Claire. And we were talking about them, and we joked around with the idea of doing like a sort of black version of Claire, but we thought that might be offensive. So we thought about it a bit. We even asked on Discord what would they think of that, and a lot of people were saying, no, we wouldn't think it's a bad thing, as long as you like did it respectfully.
I'm looking respectfully.
Hold on.
He's in the middle of it. Oh, it was just one away from getting a revenge.
Hey, Hannah, we're actually talking about Naomi. But anyway, so we were thinking about it, and then I remembered that my buddy Timwa, he's my friend from Zambia, I talked to him a little bit about it, and he was telling me about some of the struggles he had moving from Africa to America, and some of the things that were odd to him. Like for example, one thing that he said was odd to him was he came to America with high aspirations, thinking very highly of our country, and thinking that he was very excited to be here. But then he realized that there was this whole race issue in America, and he genuinely didn't understand it. Like, he didn't see it the way other people said that it was there, and he was like, I don't get the issue, you know? He's like, I don't understand what everyone's talking about with this whole racism stuff. He's like, I don't understand the racial problems here. He's like, sure, there can be white people who are bad, just like there are black people who are bad. And he's like, he couldn't understand why that was such a big deal. Come on, guys, 4v1 me. Let's get a repeat.
Yeah.
Crap! We were doing pretty good. We were actually starting out pretty strong there.
That could have been
a contender. Anyway, so when he was telling me about that, I was kind of like, I want to tell a story about a character who has that same situation. They come to America from their home country thinking about all the amazing stuff that they're going to see, only to find that there's a huge culture shock and not everything they thought. So Naomi's story is that she grew up in Zambia, because actually I consulted Timwa about naming her and what kind of backstory she could have. And her mother died from a very serious disease, and that got her interested in medicine. And she wants to come to America to go to medical school and become a doctor. The problem is when she comes, she thinks that, oh man, this is going to be such an amazing experience, an amazing adventure. I'm going to learn so much. I'm going to have so many fascinating stories to tell, and everyone's going to be super helpful and productive. It's the ultimate experience.
I don't think Nobushi's happy you played a female one.
Crap. Anyway, so she goes to America and finds that, yes, there are some people who are kind of discriminatory because of where she comes from and her skin color, but then there are also people of her own skin color who don't like the fact that she's trying to make something of herself, trying to do things against the norm. She finds that she has opponents on all sides of the political and social spectrum and racial spectrum, but she also finds that she has friends on all sides. Like, she makes some very close friends with people that you wouldn't expect to. So it's a very unique experience for her, and the story is kind of following her as she tries to navigate this world that's so very alien to everything that she knew. And I thought this would be a very fascinating character study, kind of a fun discussion.
And Michael, to answer your question about hygiene in the Middle Ages, it depends on the period, because for the first part of the Middle Ages, hygiene was pretty standard, even including what you would see in the Roman period. Like, Charlemagne had bathhouses, to put it in perspective, and there was even criticisms that they spent too much time in the bathhouse. The problem was when the Black Plague came along, they couldn't quite pin down what was spreading it, and so one of the things they thought might be spreading is the people spending too much time in communal baths might be spreading it, so they tried to crack down on that, and that's sort of what started this train to go forward from there. And then, but actually, hygiene was actually worse, not in the medieval period, but it was actually really worse in the Renaissance and early age of exploration. That's when it really got bad.
And he has something about a character in there named Naomi. I remember talking something about that too.
Yeah, and Hannah says if anything happens to Naomi, we riot.
Yeah, I know Hannah cares about Naomi.
Oh, Jedi says, what genre is Naomi's story in?
Kind of just realistic fiction.
Mm-hmm. Hey Raven, any tips for playing Peon D?
He is literally light spam the character.
I believe you light spam on ice. You know, this seems familiar.
There was nothing I could do. Oh well. Yeah, emote spam, Medjai. I seem to recall killing you on 2 occasions. Oh, they're all emote spamming. Well, I sure hope y'all don't rage quit.
They're communicating. Oh, we gotta go leave so we can get.
Yeah, we gotta bring in Cynic anyway.
How do you like damage boost by Orochi Storm Rush?
I don't like it. Oh well, I'm glad that we got to talk about one character tonight.
Hmm?
Well, I don't think we can talk about it anymore. I don't think anyone's that interested.
Yeah, you can keep going.
I mean, do you want to?
I have no problem with it. Raven, do you think Musashi really earns his reputation when he's the only one duels while other warriors of his time fought in large-scale battles?
I think they all earned their clout. All right, I just sent it.
Slander's asking.
Yeah, make sure you answer.
Slandy's asking if he can get in.
Yep, absolutely. Let me go invite him too, so that we can get a 14. All right, I've sent both.
Let's see. The French have entered the chat.
All right, we got Slandy. We're just waiting on Cynic.
What if your For Honor legends met each other? Some have.
Some of them have, yeah. Some legends have met each other, so yeah. Typical Zay Raven, can I please get in? We've already got a 4-man team. We'll do 2 or 3 matches, and then
we'll see.
Then we'll see what happens. But if Cynic doesn't join in a second, I'm just going to invite you, because that's a thing. We pulled out for him, and he wasn't here.
Cynic man, where are you? We're running out of time.
Typical Zay, what is your name so that I can go ahead and find you on here?
I'm going to read all of my character stories and stuff because I got all of it in my head. Yeah, get it down on paper all you can. Oh, he's trying. Typical Zay 15. It's a race now.
Okay, typical Zay 15. All right. I don't see you here. Are you online? Let me take a look. Oh, looks like Bugcrack finally joined. Great. Let me check.
And he's gone.
And he's gone again. I don't see you on here, so I'm probably going to have to go to Ubisoft and get you.
Hey Raven, quick question about your characters. Have Ruth and Deborah met each other? If so, what do they think of each other?
They have not met in any story that I've created.
Maybe we can make that happen at some point.
Okay, typical
Zay 15? You said like a hyphen.
Yep, I'm putting that in. Oh, there it is. Apparently I put this in before.
It says I have to upgrade my damn plan. Oh, sorry, Cynic.
Sorry, man.
Well, next time.
All right, well, then in that case, I'm going to go ahead and invite Zay.
If Deborah didn't join Horkos, what is she doing? Is she still an official Black Friar?
She's still an official Black Friar. She just didn't join Horkos. Not all the Black Friars joined, just the vast majority of them. Typical, I do not see your name anywhere, dude.
Oh, wait, no, he's in. Cynic is in.
Cynic is in. Well, I'm still looking for Zay so that I can have him join later. His name is Typical Zay, but I don't see it anywhere. Oh, wait, there it is. There it is. It's at the top there. Okay.
All right, we'll see if we can get you in, too.
Got it. We'll get you in later. We're going to do a few matches with this team up, and then I will probably try to swap out.
We might rotate people.
When's the new character coming to For Honor? Next season. Hey, Raven, who's the scariest villain in DC? Joker. Anyway, let's talk about some other characters then, I guess. So we talked about Naomi. Since everyone here seems to love Warhammer, I can tell you guys about my homebrewed Space Marine chapter. Would you like to hear about that? I do have a homebrew Space Marine chapter. I call them the Imperial Lions.
What, no Basilisk Legion?
Yes, but many people don't even want to consider the Basilisk Legion. That's the problem.
Oh, come on now. It's going to be a part of the Adeptus Ridiculous. Oh, dang it, we lost them again.
Oh my god, really?
That connection is something else, man.
I don't know if that's Ubisoft's fault or his connection's fault or what it is.
Or even our connection's fault.
Objectively wrong, close, but no one word is pig.
What?
You know, it'd be one, the day I care about your opinion is the day that I quit making YouTube videos. I want to talk about Baby Girl Nausea. All right, Hannah, we'll talk about that, but right now we're talking about like new ones. Oh wait, someone else said they want to hear about the Basilisk Legion. Oh.
We all of them.
Okay, well, I'll quickly talk about the Imperial Lines and then I'll go back to the Basilisk Legion. So the Imperial Lines was this idea that I kind of came up with as a homebrew thing. They are a successor chapter of the Dark Angels, kind of naming themselves after the Lion, because you know Lionel Johnson. And they're very much kind of a combination of Sparta meets Roman kind of thing. And I see them using shields. I see them as being melee tanks who use shields, almost in like a hoplite kind of formation, and I thought that'd be a really cool idea. I know someone's going to say, oh, that's just the Minotaurs. No, it is completely different from the Minotaurs, because Minotaurs aren't nearly as cool.
I keep on wanting to call them the Myrmidons.
Let's see, and as for the Basilisk Legion, so what happened with Naja and the Basilisk Legion is, when I learned that there were 2 lost Primarchs in Warhammer, the 2nd and what was it, the 11th?
Yeah.
I thought, you know what, I kind of want to make my own, and I knew that all the Primarchs were male, but I thought, what if one of them was lost, but they were female, and their entire legion was female as a result? And Laura pointed out to me that would never work, because all the Primarchs and Space Marines have to be male. I'm like, yeah, but we're just having fun here, so...
It's a fun little thought experiment. I mean, I've seen some crazy fan-made stuff for Warhammer, like the Pretty Marines.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Yeah, that's
cotton.
You can't say that's okay.
That's cotton-coated heresy.
It is cotton-coated heresy. And the joke is that they always partner up with the Angler Marines and they just die en masse when the Angler Marines kill everything. But yeah, I actually found another like Warhammer 40k alternate story thing called the Everqueen, where basically Isha, instead of getting captured by Nurgle, flees to the Emperor of Man, and it's wow. Hey Raven, what do you think of Logan Paul suing his boxing opponents for talking about his fiancée during the fight build-up? I think it's terrible because fighters have to sell a fight, suing ruins that.
Yep. I don't really care about what Logan Paul does. I have no respect for him. But as I was saying, so when I designed Naja, I wanted her to kind of be like sort of Greek or Greco-inspired with a little bit of a hint of Japanese. That's why I gave her kind of a Naginata Dao style polearm as a weapon. And I based her off of a Gorgon, having like a snake or viper motif. And I wanted her to be like the little sister. Like, I didn't want to make her Mary Sue, but I worried that I almost did.
I think there's always a concern with that when you make OC. You always have to watch yourself. Logan Paul is wrestling for WWE now. Just when I mean, I never really had respect for WWE, but man, it got lower. But yeah, back to the Basilisks. At some point, though, you may want to upload Naja's picture on Discord just so they have a reference.
Yeah, I'll put her picture back up sometime.
Yep. My guess would have been Indian, the name Naja, and the snake motif. I think we can include some Indian references.
I mean, yeah, there's some Indian references in there, but my idea was that she has a lot of psychers in her unit, but they have a gene seed deficiency where if they overuse their psyker powers, they turn to stone.
Kind of a reference to some chaos stories, you know?
Yep, and she was very worried that if this was found out, it could cause trouble for her legion.
Naja's too cute for 40k. That's why she had to leave. That's why Games Workshop refused to accept her.
Ooh, good bait.
Speaking of shamans, they're asking about the Nibbles Legend video.
Still a work in progress. I'm having to fix it. The tracking on that dodge attack, what the hell? But I get the feeling that Shaman doesn't like me for killing her in the minion lane. And I have a sneaky suspicion we're going to lose all of our matches tonight because I think I wasted all my good fortune in the Havoc matches.
Yeah. Would you say Sparta was fascist?
Would I say Sparta would? No.
I hate when they try to take more modern political ideologies and sort of shove them into the past. Like, no.
Hey Raven, what's your opinion on Kensei's new execution? I like it. I think it's sick. It's simple, but fast and very efficient.
All right. Well, I've got some stuff to work out. What heresies? What? Warhammer 40k, the one fandom where you switch to. Ooh. No, I think I'd rather explain 40k. I think that would be easier to explain. In fact, I'm starting to get more of my friends into it. I'm evil like that.
Got the health back.
Feels good. My connection keeps going in and out. I'm not going to bother. I'm fine with just watching. Well, hey, sorry that didn't work out, man. I hate that the connection isn't working out, but believe me, we know all about connections not working.
Crap.
Hitting each other at the same time. Stalin has never seen such bullshit his entire life. Stalin? What are you doing here, Stalin? At the same time, if we're talking about characters, anyone got cool character ideas?
Well, I was sharing some of those, but I have a feeling not many people care.
Well, share another one, he asked. I said, share!
Well, okay, let me think. What's another one we can share? Well, you could. There's your idea that you had, Lark, about a paladin and mage.
Oh, that was a cute little short story idea I had. I mean, what do you talk about some of your D&D character ideas? Like, have you gone into detail talking about your centaur paladin?
No, I don't think I have.
Well, there you go.
I mean, unless.
Orc is a secret agent of chaos or a gene stealer, depending on the day. I really don't like working for gene stealers or chaos. Too messy.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm not playing well tonight.
It's okay.
But anyway, so yeah, I mean, yeah, I did make a centaur paladin character named Thea. I really like designing her because, as you know, I love centaurs. I think they're like the coolest fantasy race. They're one of my favorites. And what was happening was Lark was telling me that you could make a centaur character in Dungeons and Dragons, and I thought, okay. And I was going to make a male centaur, but when I was looking for like the images for like what they look like in the Dungeons and Dragons like website, it only gave a female option. So I said, okay, the stars of the line are making a female then.
Because if you didn't, Hannah would make it so.
Yeah, exactly. So we just decided to roll with it. And I liked the outcome. We kind of wanted to build this paladin character. And so I wanted to build a story around her. So the story I made was that she grew up she was born to a centaur clan, but the clan was destroyed in a battle with lizard men. And centaurs are too proud to take on orphans from other clans. So she wandered a little while until she was adopted by a former adventuring paladin who took her into his farm and allowed her to work his farm for a while. But while there, she still kind of wanted to be a knight. She still kind of wanted to be a warrior, like her parents. And so she started training herself to be one. And hold on.
Go ahead and play a match because of the penalty. Yeah, typical Zayd has got a penalty for pulling out of a match.
Okay.
So we can't get him in yet.
Let's do Ocelotl. I'm feeling like Ocelotl.
Absolute.
One day, suddenly, her town that she stays in was attacked, so she rushes to defend it. And this gets the attention of the church, who decides to have her take the oaths of a paladin, so she becomes sworn to the god of that world and the divine. And so she becomes a paladin. She goes back to tell her surrogate father, like her adopted father, but turns out that he ran away because someone is after him, and she's trying to figure out where he ran away to, why this guy is after him, and what kind of history they have. So, Raven, sorry for the horrible match, but I think there was no match. Dude, it's fine. I'm not here to sweat. I'm here to just talk with you guys and have a good time. My goal tonight was legitimately to just chat about story ideas and characters that I created and just have a good time talking about my writing. Because I love my writing, I love telling stories, I love talking about characters, but I feel like that's not something that I get to talk about a whole lot because I only do that on my Raven's Writing Room channel and almost none of my community knows about it. So I wanted to talk more about that to show, hey, I do more than just this. We talk characters all the time, we talk story writing all the time, we talk that kind of stuff. I wanted to share some of that. The problem is I don't think that that's kind of what people are here for. I think they want to hear me talk about other things, which is fine, I get that.
We're getting mixed. People come for this community, that's what they come
yeah.
for. But, let's see, there was another good question there. The best representation of the male centaur I've seen was in Harry Potter, but I could keep looking if you wish. The best representation of the male centaur is in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. When that centaur, is dual-wielding swords, takes down a minotaur, and then, tries to body check the White Witch. That guy was awesome. Except no substitutes. Idea for a Middle Eastern faction is an alternate universe: Saracen, Vanguard, Sakari, Assassin, Immortal, Heavy, and if you're a hybrid, Medjay could be in this faction too. I think you got something there. Call it the Manly Meat faction or something.
I gotta agree with Havoc. That is such a cheap tactic, just to keep constantly going to your all guard. Just That's something that a lot of Valkyries do. They just constantly go into all guard, and then it's very difficult to counter that.
Yep. Objection to Centaur from Hercules.
What? What about them?
No, they're talking about cool examples of centaurs.
Oh.
In stories.
Oh, you mean Chiron?
Yeah. I thought of Chiron Fate Weaver.
Oh, look at that, Orochi running back to the zone. Let's go, Orochi.
Light spinning Valkyries are also annoying. Light spinning in general just gets on my nerves. Could you spare a cup of stamina, my good man? Crap!
I'm just not doing well tonight, guys.
Indeed, we always need more Mesopotamia.
Well, what was funny was when I played Thea for the first time in my in the D&D campaign with Lark's short campaign, I ended up blowing his mind, like just because Lark did not expect me to play the way I did. Because I combined the use of the Centaur's, the Paladin smite attacks, charging attacks, and then follow up with hoof attack. It's like, wow, like...
You ever once made a smite from your hooves? Which was like, legally you can do that.
Yeah, the combination of two All-Guard users, that is just so cheap. I can't stand Kyoshin and Dominion because if a Kyoshin can get into a gank, he'll just sit in his All Guard. He will not move. He'll just sit in that All Guard because he knows one of two things are going to happen. Either I'm going to focus on him and try to guard break him out of it, which is going to expose me to the enemy, or I'm going to focus on the enemy, and then any external hit that lands against his All Guard, he can then capitalize on and lock me in. It is so cheap and busted, and I want Ubisoft to fix it. You guys, seriously, that All Guard is crap. I can't stand it.
And to quote Slanderous, one day I will get a fair duel or team fight.
Yeah, I know.
This day. This day we get ganked. Ah.
What the hell?
This speed makes me think she's working for Slanesh.
Thank you. God.
Praise the Lord.
I was starting to worry about myself there.
Hey, Lork, has an artificer made a rotary grenade launcher? That depends on if your DM allows it.
Months later, and Raven's still complaining about Kyoshin's All Guard. Yeah, it is a problem. All you got to do is play Kyoshin, sit in All Guard in a gank, and you win, brother. No, here's what you do: make Kyoshin's All Guard not regain stamina. It doesn't have to drain stamina. Just don't let it regain stamina. Because right now, all Guards you can still regain stamina in them. Take that away from Kyoshin. That's all you need to change. Because what'll happen is he can't sit in it for too long. He has to let it go at some point.
I would have a drain stamina because you're freaking spinning a blade around. I mean, I know we kind of gave up realism to a certain degree, but... Hey! Don't interrupt my thing! How dare you! Just so uncouth. Anyway, I wish I wanted to play Orochi, but after the addition of the kick and other moves, they just didn't become fun. A rogue who wanted for jumping on a centaur's back because he didn't like how prideful they were. That seems like a fun little side story.
Yep, just go into that All Guard, man. Just guys, I'm convinced that we are going to lose all of our matches tonight. We are so far 0 for 3. I'm convinced we're going to lose all of our matches tonight. Let's go. Let's just go for a complete shutout loss today.
So we're going by golfing terms. Lowest score wins.
Yes, literally. That's what this is tonight. Lowest score wins the match.
Oh, has my D&D friends met an artificer with a grenade launcher? Believe it or not, only 2 people, including myself and my group, are actually okay with artificers. One of my buddies has absolutely hates artificers. And his reasoning why makes no sense. Maybe you just get rid of crushing counters and unblockables and undodables from that stance. There are several suggestions we would be willing to work with.
Just see what I mean? That attack can lock you in place and just destroy you. Why play any other character in Dominion other than Kyoshin? I'm serious. Why pick anyone else? Get Kyoshin. That's all you need. Get a team of Kyoshins. You can own a match. God, that is so cringe. I mean, just look at this match, guys. This is sad. And that Valkyrie, what an annoying playstyle.
Clear out that mini lane.
I'm doing what I can.
Yep. Where'd my stamina go?
Oh, hi. Who threw that? Oh, Pirate. Okay.
Yar har fiddle-dee-dee.
And look who it is. You gonna go into your all guard?
Oh.
Watch him. Watch him. No, I didn't even need to. I just got destroyed anyway.
Miller, I'm currently making an Assassin's Creed inspired rogue for my D&D session. Any tips on how to balance this idea out? Rogue is not my specialty. But you probably want to go for the assassin class, or the assassin subclass rather. Being a rogo, you're kind of be a bit of a glass cannon. So you have to be you just have to be careful. But once you get uncanny dodge, you'll be a lot harder to kill.
I got that one.
All my homies hate Kyoshin and Zanhu.
Zanhu is manageable because Zanhu can't just dominate like a Kyoshin can.
I remember there was like a time where I saw nothing but Zanhus for a while.
There was a time I saw nothing but Hitakiris and Black Priors and...
The way you're saying, I thought you were doing Black Priors. Oh my! Kyoshins and Zanhus and Black Priors. Oh my! We'll work on it. A group of tieflings encounter Puritans in New England. Yeah, I'd pay to see that. That'd be funny.
I thought you could dodge that 4th feat. Am I wrong? I thought at one point you could dodge that 4th feat that Kyoshin does. Like if you saw it coming, you could dodge it in time.
I've seen it happen before.
Yeah, but I tried dodging it just there and I still got caught. Is it undodgeable now? If so, then remove Kyoshin. He is the most detestable character in this game. I can't stand him. I cannot stand him. Especially since they took away my Kyoshin's design. No, not even kidding. Guys, remember my Kyoshin, Tsukimori Sojiro? They took away the paint pattern that I used for him. They took it away from him. Now I am so... Oh. Yeah, not as easy when you don't have a team to help you. Yeah, see? He's not nearly as good if he doesn't have a teammate. That's why I can't stand Kyoshins in Dominion. If they're on their own, they're manageable. If they get with a teammate, they're unstoppable.
Switch chat to live chat. It is on live chat.
My turn to use a feat, dude.
You walked over there. Of course you use your feet.
Ooh, that's gotta be embarrassing.
I like that execution. Hey! Just because you...
Yep, go into that all guard.
Madre de queso. Again, why do characters with excellent offenses have faces that should be for characters that have weak offenses like Lawbringer? Bashes. Weak bashes. I don't know why you said faces. But okay, I got it. Oh dear.
Now he's running. Look at him run, boys. Look at him run. He's making a run for it.
Boy, you were waddling there for a second. He was like, pull me in, coach. I can still do it.
Pull me in, coach. I got it. I ain't gonna lose.
Best Total War Warhammer hero to make a D&D character of.
No, looks like our team is perma-breaking.
Make, oh gosh.
If our team is perma-breaking, I might as well just go down and help out.
Save them. He plays on PS5. No, we haven't seen any chapters yet.
Run away now, buddy! Run away now! You know you can't fight me when I'm in revenge mode! Yes! Yes! Oh my god. Tonight is not going well, but hey, again, we're aiming for we're
going golf.
We're going golf rules. You know, lower the score, the better. We are 0 for 3 so far tonight, guys. 0 for 3.
Out of all the stories you've created, which is your favorite and why?
Thank you, Hannah, for asking the question I wanted to answer. Not that you guys don't have interesting questions. It's just I was really hoping we could talk more about stories tonight.
Slater says, "My God, this entire fight has been me destroying some dude in a duel while another enemy joins the gank party."
Exactly. That's what this whole fight is. I think we need to find a new group. I think these guys might be friends.
Yeah, I think I've been the same team for another single time.
Well, that's partially because we have a 3-man team.
Well, let's pull out because we got to get typical Zay in there.
Yeah, let's get typical Zay in anyway. But anyway, what's my favorite story and why? Either Death's Diary or Monster Club. I think those two are my favorites. Those two meant the most to me.
It's definitely not the worst part of the game by far. I think Slaney might be onto something there.
Yeah, I think he's right. All right, inviting you, typical Zay.
All have ugly shields. Yeah, it's like yeah, we may have lost, but your shields are ugly.
But yeah, my two favorite stories are probably Death's Diary and Monster Club. Because Death's Diary, to me, was just... It's probably my magnum opus. It's my story that I really do want to get published and get out there and really make a big deal out of and like really go somewhere with it. And Monster Club is probably one of my most favorite stories that I've ever written, just for the different cast of characters, the direction of the story, the fact that I actually finished it. Those are all reasons why I really, really like those two stories. If I had to pick another one besides those, it would probably be...
Have you ever sold
maybe Shogun of Crime, yeah.
Have you ever sold any of your stories to a magazine like Asimov?
No.
Maybe they look into that.
I did self-publish 2 of my short stories. Which is the most difficult character to write and which is the easiest? The most difficult character for me to write...
Currently Nibbles.
Nibbles, yeah, is probably the hardest right now. No, the hardest for me to write was... honestly, Death presents a unique set of challenges. Death is just tricky to write, it really is.
What do you consider your most evil For Honor OC?
My most evil For Honor OC. Well, let me finish this first question. The easiest character to write for me was probably Ruth. That was just very fun. It just came so naturally. And as for my most evil For Honor OC, probably... I don't even know who I would pick for that.
Our Centurion? Because, I mean, he had a reason for what he did, but he was kind of gnarly.
He was. I think I'll go Nobushi. Ah, Slander's going in with Kyoshin himself so he can take advantage. I like it. Like, we're going to show you.
I have become cringe,
but yeah,
destroyer of rage.
But yeah, I don't think I have one that's just pure evil. I think all of them are nuanced to some degree. Like I was going to say it was Gaius, the Centurion, who joined Orcos, but even he wasn't evil. He did it because of his philosophy on life was just that you shouldn't like placate your enemy, you know, because the whole issue he had was their people were at war with this Viking clan, and Chimera comes along saying, how about you two make peace and you can join us? And so the Viking clan was just going to get away with all the atrocities they committed. And he's like, they can't do that. They can't get away with that. We need to fight them. We need to destroy them. And his master was basically like, no, we're not doing that. And so he got very mad about that, which isn't evil necessarily. It's just a different perspective, and you can understand it. I don't think I have a character who's just pure on, like, I want to... I mean, I guess my Orochi might be a little evil. He's a little twisted. I'll give him that. How to describe the Clone Wars with a lie. It is one of them, if not the most diverse shows out there.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. Hey, Raven, have you made your Raider Legends? I have a legend for her, but I haven't written it down yet. Right now, I am in the process of writing the legend of Aurelius the Phoenix. Wait, is this the real Slander? Yes, that's a real Slanderous.
Dang it. Alright. Did you make a Survivor to go with your original DVD killer?
Yes, her son.
Because we like being dark.
I'm not gonna feed his revenge. Go at him, Zay. Good job, good job. I thought for a minute he was gonna get you, but you got him. Good job, man. It's a lie because it's full of literal clones.
I have no idea what the heck he's talking about.
He's basically saying the biggest lie you can say about the Clone Wars is that it's a diverse show, but his argument is it's not diverse because the clones. But I thought Yoda said that though you may all look alike, you're all very different in personality, and that's my definition of diverse.
Yeah, there's also all these freaking aliens, but I guess they don't count.
Yeah, they don't count, I guess. To me, I'm like, diversity doesn't really matter in terms of gender or skin tone. It's about character.
Yeah. You have me intrigued, Raven. Who is this Orochi?
Check out his legend video.
Oh wait, is it Taki Yamashiro?
Yes, it is. Oh, good parry.
Of Platypus?
Got him!
There we go.
See, this is why you need Kyoshin!
Well, the look on that Kyoshin. This is like, I have become the darkness. He's been hanging out with Black Pride too.
Yep. We're gonna go turn this around.
Thoughts on the Nicaean Creed of the Council of Nicaea? Is that good stuff? Gotta take care of that Arian heresy. And suddenly, an Orochi. Oh, that's my mistake.
Oh, good catch, typical.
Hey, Raven and Mark, if you could own any franchise, what would it be and what would you do with it?
Good kill, good kill. I'm gonna go back up the Boge.
Any franchise that we could own and what would we do with it?
I'm scared to answer that question because...
There's two immediate.
Oh, God!
There's two immediately I would want to own. Star Wars. I would take a lot of the new Disney canon and make it no longer canon and bring back a lot of legend stuff. Or I'd have Warhammer 40k and I'd make Henry Cavill play Commissar Kane in the TV series. Because the world needs to know about Caiaphas Kane.
Ah, got me at last. Hey, I lasted that long. That's pretty good for me. And Slander over there without a single L.
He has ascended with the.
Well, he is Slander. Hey, Raven, a man fights not for honor or glory or for noble purposes. He fights because he likes to. It's all he knows. What kind of person is that?
Because it's all he knows.
That would be a long-term fighter or a survivor, I guess.
I second that, Mark. Make it happen. Anna knows exactly what's up. The clones are extremely diverse. They all have varying personality, plus there's a plethora of species in the Star Wars galaxy. Oh yeah, more than you can shake a stick at. Can't believe I get away with that.
Oh! Wait, I thought I changed this execution. Damn it! I need to go fix her, because she's my new Nobushi character.
Nobushi.
She is the daughter of a warden and another Nobushi. Isn't that crazy?
Cal for Constantine Valdor. Kane's got to be a new level of funny and charismatic. I think Cal can pull that off. Well, actually, tell you what. If he's not doing it, if he's not going to play Kane...
Yes! I got one of it! He's demon possessed! He's a demon! Get him! Ah! Cut right through his groin.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I've exercised.
And killed him.
And
that's one way.
But yeah, as I was saying, if Henry Cavill's not going to play Caiaphas Kane, I want him to direct the show. Because
I'll play Caiaphas. I'll do it.
Caiaphas Kane, hero of the Imperial. Hey, don't go.
Okay, run away. I'll get my health back. How about that? Bye.
This is the law.
Run away! Oh wait, no, he's not running away. He's trying to bait us into fighting him. Good luck with that. Slander's right behind you, dude.
Slanderous. Slanderous location rapidly approaching.
Ooh, good hit. Good hit. Oh, good light parry.
Can we point out that Caiaphas Kane is just jacked to the point that he rips his uniform by accident? Actually, he really isn't. That's just Imperial propaganda that they put on posters. Like, because if you look at all the posters, he has a bolt gun. But in the stories, he actually uses a las pistol, but Imperial propaganda don't give no crap, so they give him a bolt gun because they think it looks better.
Crap. This Black Friar got smart. He decided that he was going to react rather than get aggressive, which was probably the best thing you could do against a Nobushi. If you try to out-aggressive a Nobushi, you're going to lose, because Nobushi is all about that harassment. But if you play reactionary and just watch her, usually you can easily parry her light attacks. Like, legitimately, Nobushi's dodge lights and heavies are some of the easiest to react to in the game. I think it's ridiculous that Nobushi's dodge heavies and lights both guarantee a heavy if parried, because genuinely they're so easily reactable. They are just, same with Peacekeeper, both of them, it shouldn't have been done to them.
Story idea, a Roman legionary is assigned to protect a healer, and together they regularly venture beyond Imperial borders in an effort to put down local monsters before they become issues. It's actually similar to a story idea I had, but hey, I like it.
I'm pulling back, I'm not letting him hit me. Heal up, there we go. Okay, he's parry happy, let's take advantage of that.
Watch that revenge!
Nope.
Not today.
Oh crap! And he killed himself! Hey! Wow. He just said, nope, I ain't doing this. I ain't doing this, son.
Man literally went, oh, Akbar.
Allah Akbar. Dungalinga dungaling. Anyway, how do you ride an honor-bound knight that follows an oath to God that is so unbreakable that even death does not stop him until his oath is fulfilled?
That.
Slander got kicked!
What?
Okay, is it already in it?
Maybe?
This is getting weird.
I can't kick my boy. This is a sad day for America. We're sorry, Slander. We didn't mean to lose you. Afterwards, we can see if we can invite him back, if he will.
Yeah, we'll try again. We'll see if we can invite him back after this. And if we can't, we can just go solo tonight. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like it, but we can. Here, let me plant this just in case.
That is just in case.
Just in case someone tries to turn B around. Okay, this guy is very parry happy. Whoa.
Haha, dodge.
Oh.
Oh,
whoa, the tracking! Wow. Okay, fair. Good job. That wasn't bad. You know, I don't know. Nobushi's lights, Nobushi's dodges are sometimes speculatory. Oh wait, watch him, watch him, watch him! Oh, he threw a bomb instead. Damn it, that makes me sad now. Oh, well.
Should Arnold Schwarzenegger play Bjorn the Fell Hand with Henry Cavill? Yes.
Yes, that'd be sick.
Yes.
I'm gonna go to A, turn that around. Because that Lawbringer's just gonna sit and see the whole time. And he's got bombs to spare too, so. Here we go, that Shaolin is just dropping these everywhere. I don't know what these are for, just to know where people are. Okay, that's cool. But if your team's breaking anyway.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. Oh dear.
Ah, the light.
A light indeed. Do you have a writing device idea for an isekai where a character goes back and forth between worlds when they sleep to the point where they can't tell what's a dream and what's really more. Oh yeah, that's an interesting idea.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, that video, he had several very good ideas. Hey Raven, who would you cast how would you cast your For Honor OCs if Henry Cavill adapted For Honor and Glory? Ooh.
I don't even know who I'd cast for that. I don't know.
It depends, like, is it animated or is it live action?
If it's animated, I could probably pick some voice actors, but if it's live action, I don't think I can do that. We did it!
Hey Raven, are your homebrew chapter the Imperial Lions just as paranoid as the Dark Angels or less so?
Less so. Less so.
Are you going to have it like they don't even quite remember who their Gene Father is?
Yeah, they assume that it's the Lion, but they don't know for sure.
Ooh, could have a possibility they could have some other changes. Sort of like how the Sons of the Phoenix are hinted at being Emperor's children.
Yeah. I was actually thinking that they could be kind of a mix between the Dark Angels and the Imperial Fists.
Okay, so a bit of Dorn, bit of... Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking a bit of Dorn, bit of Lion, somewhere there. The Imperial Lions, come on, like... Kind of a no-brainer. All right, I had to pull out so that we could try to reinvite Slandy. Let's see if we can't get him in this time. Let's see if he can't stay in this time, rather.
Indeed.
Where'd he go? That was weird. It just vanished.
Did Ubisoft just delete him?
There he is. There he is. There he is. Wait, it won't let me invite. What?
What?
No. Oh, that's why we're still in the thing. Now we can invite him. That was weird. Okay.
I think you have time for one more Dominion.
Yeah, one more. Yeah, we can do one more.
I like my Lawbringer crispy.
Please talk about God. I can't really transition easily into that conversation without, a Kickstarter.
Ubisoft banning slanderers? Question mark?
Told you, Raven, I'll get you a win.
Hey,
that's the thing. That's why I'm sometimes nervous to play with other people, because then I look so bad by comparison.
You didn't do bad, but also, the thing is that we say things like, hey, we're doing a golf round because we're going to do so bad. It's called a reverse psychology jinx. You got to trick the bad mojo into trying to give you what you want. He slandered too much.
Just a little too much.
Larch, do you have any homebrew chapters or Lost Primarchs? I have an idea of making a Lost Primarch ahead of something called the Void Serpents, where basically the Primarch himself is a blank. And I need to develop more of that, but that's basically what I've come up with.
But yeah. We can talk God and religion and stuff, but I can't just transition to that. You gotta ask a question about it.
He girl boss too close to the sun.
Don't we all sometimes, though? Hey, Raven Lark, what do the Baptists think about the idea of a pope? We don't like it. We don't believe in the idea that there's some holy man meant to speak specifically for God.
It's the idea, because the thing is, having a priest is one thing, but the Pope's authority, they've come to be vicar of Christ on earth. We don't think that he has the authority that he claims to have.
Yeah. So we don't respect the Pope for that.
Well, Lord Thunder, wish your birthday.
Happy birthday to your brother, Lord Thunder.
I was about to say, wish your birthday a happy brother. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go hit myself across the head.
Why did they remove Kyoshin Stellar Blaze if one already has the hero offer? I know! I noticed that. I was so mad. Are you guys atheists? No, we're Christian. We're very Christian. In fact, in a lot of our videos we talk about that. The Pope seems too Pharaoh-y for Christianity.
I would say too Pontifex Maximus.
Yeah. God sees into the Discord chat when he wishes. It is true. Honestly, we don't always start the conversations about God. People usually just ask. And I don't mind when they do, as long as they're good questions. And they're not just trying to be antagonistic, because we've had those.
Hey, tell me why my PS5 wouldn't let me screenshot.
I don't know. I can't tell you.
Because your PlayStation 5 didn't want you to contain too much epicness. I love arcade so much I want to tear my face off. Slow down, man.
That's a little too much love right there. How would you write a character who's lost faith in their religion due to ethics or actions going unjudged in the name of progression and the goal to become unkindled with their beliefs?
Oh, you mean someone who has a crisis of faith?
Yeah, hey, that's not too difficult. Writing someone who has a crisis of faith, you need to have their entire faith and worldview challenged.
There's a movie called Ironclad that basically deals with a Templar knight in England that kind of deals with something similar to that. I kind of wish they explored that more, but it's a good jumping off point. Because if you're going to write that character, you need someone who actually wrestles with the idea of faith, not someone who just goes like, man, what I believed previously was stupid.
I think that's what bothers me so much about it. It's like, you know, when you talk about someone who loses their faith, quite often people do it because they're like, this guy woke up, he realized the truth, you know? He realized there is no God and that he's the God of his own life. He realized that. He totally got that, man. He totally realizes it. When in reality, it's like, no.
A good real life example is is an agnostic scholar by the name of Bart Ehrman, who he doesn't believe a lot of what the New Testament says, though he can authenticate that, like when it was written and stuff like that. But he says like he legitimately misses being a Christian, but he doesn't believe it anymore. Like he misses like the feeling, the traditions, and all that stuff, but he doesn't believe it anymore. And so he actually had a full-on wrestle with his faith. Why did the Pope become a thing? Two reasons. One, when the early church was getting started out, they sort of had 5 big cities that were sort of like to be like sort of the successors, sort of hold seats that were successors to the apostles. Like you had Rome, Constantinople, Alexandria, Antioch. There's another one I'm forgetting. But anyway, they were supposed to be like 5 very big ones, and Rome was supposed to be the seat, like the successor of Peter. However, over time, all of these cities fell, or rather they broke away from Catholic and Orthodox broke off from each other, and so the head honcho of the West was the Pope or the Archbishop of Rome. And that also came with the title Pontifex Maximus, which is an old Roman religious title that goes along with it. And over time, since all the other archbishops were no longer a part of the Catholic Church, were no longer connected to the Catholic Church, the Pope sort of got a much higher status. Let's see a discussion.
That Peacekeeper's way too good.
Some PKs, man, let me tell you. I want to see a discussion between Raven Knight, Redeemed Zoomer, and Pilgrim's Pass.
I don't know who Redeemed Zoomer or Pilgrim's Pass are.
Yes, someone's recommended we look into Redeemed Zoomer before. He seems okay.
Wow, all 4 on the bodge.
Isn't that why Russia sees itself as the third Rome? They see themselves as the third Rome because they converted to Orthodoxy, and also there was a Russian prince that married a Byzantine princess, and so they can claim to have some connection to Rome through hereditary right.
Crap! Nothing I could do there, honestly.
Yep. One Nietzschean-looking berserker right there. The girl sat next to me and randomly started talking about God. I'm not mad or anything, just curious. It's something Christians have to do.
It's not the way I would do it, but we are called to spread our faith.
Yeah, it's the Great Commission, going forth and make disciples of all nations. Yeah. Form Zoomer is a Gen C Christian YouTuber.
Wow, all 3 of them sitting in C. Okay.
Alright, see how this goes. Given Russia's religiosity rates, Orthodoxy is going to need a 4th Rome soon enough. Indeed. What's the name for Russian cavalry force like the Polish Hussars? Well, the Avicii weren't exclusively cavalry.
The Avicii weren't exclusive, but they did do it. Do you guys evangelize? Yeah, totally. We do it on this channel sometimes.
We've been on mission trips, man. I did some research on the Spanish Inquisition. I started to think to myself, was the Spanish Inquisition the earliest form of cancel culture? No. And also, the Inquisition is largely misunderstood. In fact, the Inquisition, normally, because it wasn't just the Spanish Inquisition, because you had like the French Inquisition, the English Inquisition, the Roman Inquisition. The Inquisition typically was actually more level-headed than most secular powers at the time. Because typically you had the Inquisition, who would issue a proclamation, who would say, okay, we've confirmed this. It's not true. Like, for example, like, I think over the course of the Spanish Inquisition's history, over like the period of like 400, 500 years, they only killed about 2,000 people. The French Revolution, like, killed that many people in like a month. Pilgrim's Pass is a Catholic YouTuber who looks at concepts of movies, books, and puts them into discussion, thinking about the future. Oh, cool. Here's an idea for a character study. A post-apocalyptic story where a white supremacist and a Black Lives Matter supporter are forced to work together to survive. That's an absurd idea, but make a great comedy. The earliest form of cancel culture was when the ancient Egyptians would strike records of everyone they didn't like. Honestly, though, like they tried to get rid of Hatshepsut's existence entirely. They're protected by his sword. And say Christian colonizers genocided groups like Native Americans. Common misconception. I mean, Raven, you've done more studying into the Native American history than I have, so you're probably better at answering that question.
Oh, well, he targeted at you.
Yes, I know, but like, okay, I'll try and answer you, fill in any gaps because you're the one that actually did this research. But thing is, you can probably give me the exact figures, but like most of the native tribes died out before European contact due to wars and with each other, diseases and all that sort of things. But then, thanks to the Columbian Exchange, 90% of the Native Americans died out because of disease. It was an unintentional consequence of contact with the Old World and New World meeting. And so you would often have like times where you would have European colonists move into an area that was completely deserted because of disease. Like the Pilgrims, the first town they came across in Massachusetts was completely abandoned because disease had wiped it out. Now, was there some scuffles and wars and stuff? Yes, absolutely. But you also got to understand the natives weren't exactly innocent doves. They were just as good as fighting as the Europeans. You had the Europeans and natives often try and play one off of the other. Like they would try and trick the Europeans into getting rid of their enemies, and the Europeans would try and trick natives to get rid of their enemies. Like French and Indian War is a great example of that. But yeah, to say that they were just like it was a deliberate genocide, no. Particularly the early attempts at colonizations, like French and the English were very big into conversion. There were several Spanish missionaries that wanted to try and convert the native populace, and so they didn't want to eradicate them, as you would see in genocide. They wanted to bring them over into the fold. Did I miss anything there?
The thing to keep in mind about the there's nothing I can do there. The thing to keep in mind about the whole genociding of the Native Americans, it was not a Christian practice that they were doing. They weren't trying to genocide them out of a Christian identity or a doctrine. The Native Americans were not innocent. They could be just as bloodthirsty. They could be just as warlike. This idea that Christianity leads people to genocide is not true in the slightest. And if you want to be totally honest, Christianity was probably what kept them from genociding the Native Americans, if you want my honest opinion.
Because if you went back to like the old Roman policy of you didn't fall in line, genocide was fully on the table.
Like many people don't realize, some people have said that Christianity is what led to slavery. You know, it is not. In fact, Christianity was what helped lead to the ending of slavery.
Yeah, the Second Great Awakening was a big part of the abolition movement. I'm curious why progressive types portray Native Americans, Muslims, and other historical groups as innocent victims who did nothing wrong. How best to put this? Thing is, what they notice is that modern day, you have Western cultures that typically seem to be doing the best in terms of world economically, socially. They're the ones doing the best on the global stage. And so when they look at where the other cultures throughout history, they aren't currently on top as they were previously, they have to assume that the only reason the Western European cultures got to where they were is because they must have been exploitative and they must have done evil practices. That's the only way they could have overcome, and how come we don't have an equal outcome across the entire board? And so they wrongfully assume that just because one group got ahead and one group's downtrodden, the downtrodden must be innocent victims, and the people that are ahead must have gotten there by you doing something nasty or evil. But that's not true. But the problem is it's oversimplification, and it also goes into Marxist ideology of trying to demonize demonize capitalism, Western ideology, that sort of thing.
Essentially.
William T. Sherman was a borderline religious zealot who treated the Civil War like a holy crusade. I mean, he did treat it kind of like a crusade, but I wouldn't call him as big religious. He wasn't like an unpious man, but he wasn't like uber religious.
Whoa.
Whoa. Oh,
Oh, wow. Wow.
There's some salt there. Oh, my heavens.
What did we do to you guys to piss in your cornflakes?
I think just there, some people are naturally salty.
Damn. This hasn't been a great night, guys. I'll be real honest.
Oh, well, it's about time we switch over to Breach anyway.
Yeah. Bad night, guys. Sorry. This night didn't go the way I thought it would.
God forbid I try to play a Lawbringer. I know, man. Hey, Raven, could you play Magi?
Sure.
Maybe I'm confused. Yeah, John Brown was a religious zealot.
Yeah.
I can explain why the West is so dominant, because they had a lot of competition with each other, which have made them improve, unlike everybody else who fossilized into mold. That's a part of it. Hey, Raven, I just got 7,000 steel. Which execution should I get for Lawbringer? I have Impale already.
I don't remember all their names, but the one where it's a 3-hitter, where he slams the axe head down onto them after knocking them to the ground.
Oh, we lost LeBoge.
No, he's still here. It was Slander that got kicked.
I can't.
My PC cringed so hard For Honor crashed.
Sorry, dude.
Sorry, Slander. Thanks for joining me, man. Honestly, if I'm being real, this hasn't been a great night. Haven't won a lot of Dominions, and the discussions didn't really go in the direction I hoped they would. And honestly, today hasn't been great either. Like, lots of stuff has gone wrong today, so it's been a rough one. Bills that pile up. Difficult day at school. I don't know.
What's the seasonal event usually in For Honor? I haven't played since Ninja's release.
You have missed a lot. They change up the seasonal event every year. So I don't know what it'll be. We're all kind of wondering.
Also competition, face competition. Sorry I'm late. What I missed? How was everyone doing tonight?
Could be better.
But we're trucking along. On John Bunyan?
You mean Paul Bunyan?
I'm coming, boys. Paul Bunyan.
Yeah, Paul Bunyan's cool. American Tall Tale, classic.
Literally a tall tale. The main reason I don't call Native Americans Indians, like most, is because India exists. Yeah, well, the reason I kind of jump back and forth is because if you talk to actual Indians, well, Native American Indians, they can kind of flip back and forth. They prefer to be called by their tribal names like Cherokee, Mohawk, Choctaw, Chippewa, Yamasee, all those. They prefer to be called that, but American Indian or Indian is just fine because that's kind of what they've been called for the past 400 years. The United States has a office, like a Bureau of Indian Affairs. So it's like almost transcribed into law and legal code at this point, so it makes sense to use. And out of all the things that they call, like, probably like they'll say Native Americans, and that'll be like the okay thing to call them this year, even though they don't get they ironically don't get a voice in what they call themselves. And then suddenly it's like, no, they have to be called Indigenous Americans until that becomes offensive. There's like John Wesley. That's familiar. MacArthur? He sure was young. Also, the reason people still use slavery for slavery which impedes progress like Africa. Yeah. All you need to know about For Honor lore is Horkos do bad thing, Outlanders stop them. Temporarily. Because it doesn't matter what anyone else seems to do, Horkos seems to keep on moving. Like, no matter what setback, no matter what defeat they incur, they just keep coming back and still are able to cause problems on a continental scale. One might even say it's a wee bit contrived. I also love when the leftists try and tell me how Native Americans were hippies when the Apache and Cherokee and the Cheyenne were literally Mongols in the New World War. Yep. Good to see Team Y again.
Yeah, there's a character.
Indeed.
Raven, you ever use extreme hyperbolic language like how the Bible does? Maybe not to the same extreme.
Okay, well, I hope it's a good event because I've been playing a lot this season now that Reflex Guard is finally gone.
Yeah, a lot of people are glad for that. Very glad for that. I think that's an awesome change.
Yeah, maybe actually pick up Shaolin again. Because it was weird to have a hybrid with a Reflex Guard. Will you guys be celebrating Columbus Day, Indigenous Peoples Day, or Lee Erickson Day on Monday?
No.
It's just kind of another work day for me. Yeah, welcome back. We've missed you. Where have you been? Back off, Berserker. There we go. Off with her head. I was hoping that Porkos would have a better reason for what they do instead of just being evil for evil's sake. Because, yeah! Where's Mermaid Man when you need him?
His name is Ernest Borgnine, get it right.
I'm sorry. I never understood Columbus Day. Columbus Day is sort of a non-issue for me, just because Columbus is, that's bad placement on the flag there. Columbus Day is, like, Columbus himself, he's over-glorified, but also at the same time over-vilified. Raven, how do you write so elegantly? Your grammar seems so advanced.
I read a lot, and I also write, and I also practice all the time, and I also write poetry sometimes in my spare time, and that helps.
Yeah. You also had a pretty good college professor.
Yeah, my college professor was also really great at teaching the art of linguistics.
Over-vilified? Yeah, because a lot of people try and blame Christopher Columbus for things like he didn't do. Like, you have every single I've seen videos where they try and get people from native tribes to start saying, "Well, frick you, Christopher Columbus." Like, Christopher Columbus didn't even go to where you guys are from. I don't know why you're hating on him. And also, there's certain things that he did that were completely on par for the time, or they take deliberately out of context to try and make him seem worse than he actually was. He wasn't a great guy by any stretch of the imagination, but he wasn't like this monster. Amir wants you to teach him.
I have a channel called Raven's Writing Room where I'm uploading videos to help teach writing advice. So I have some videos there that you can check out. I mean, it'd be easier to just watch those and honestly, I would just say do a lot of reading, a lot of writing. Just keep practicing.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what else I can recommend in that regard. No offense, it's something that kind of came with a lot of time and practice.
One does not.
I don't even think it's that good, if I'm being honest. I think my writing needs a lot of work.
Well, everyone's their own worst critic. Yeah, in one of those moods where I want to crush turtles. Is that Mario thing?
I guess it's a Mario reference. I'm in one of those moods where I don't even know how to describe it. Manic depression kicking back in.
Let's just relax and enjoy destroying some breach.
Well, that's what we're here to do.
Anna says, "Well, Raven, your writing is far better than mine."
Well, I don't know, Hannah. Your writing isn't bad. I'll be honest with you. I'm a little upset because Jay, my buddy who draws so much art, he's been getting into writing short stories, and I've read his work. He sends it to me for proofreading, and I'm really jealous because he is just so talented, and now he's a writer on top of it. And his writing is honestly stellar. I'm kind of impressed.
Dale Expert just put up $20, saying, the greater good gives this donation to help spread its influence and to give respect to Caiaphas Cain, the champion and ally of the Tau Empire, and the only reasonable human amongst them. Thank you for the $20 says, but we appreciate that. Gotta love Caiaphas Cain. He even makes the Tau like it. I'd be interested to see their stories on the other channel. And we'll talk about it. See.
Well, right now I'm just struggling to get the other channel noticed.
My biggest question about Porcos is how exactly do they get supplies without having to raid all the time? Because if they killed every single merchant, craftsman, farmer, where exactly do they get supplies? It's a great question. I'm assuming some forced servitude and labor is part of that deal.
More than likely. There's a lot of questions I have about Porcos that really no one's good. The problem is, if I ask those questions, people are going to say, "Oh, you're just a hater," and but others are going to say, "It's just stupid lore. Just deal with it."
But we got to ask those questions in spite of that. Why did Britain help the South in the Civil War? They didn't.
They didn't. They wanted to, but then they changed their mind.
Because the Emancipation Proclamation made it officially about slavery, and that would look bad for their image. So
see, the fact is that at the time, the Civil War wasn't 100% about slavery. It was more about the rights of the Southern states versus the
whether or not secession was something that could legally be done.
And the British government wanted to give the South their freedom because at the time, well, part of it was because not only picking knots, but also because the South had been blockaded for a while, making it difficult for them to do trade, and it was hurting their economy. And the North didn't want the British coming in to give them support, so by passing the Emancipation Proclamation, they officially said, if you back up these guys, you're backing up slavers. And the British said, oh no, we're not all about that. So
yeah, we don't want to get involved with that. Worked on France too. How exactly does Magi's weapon even work?
Believe me, I've been trying to figure that out myself.
By doing its best. That's what we'll say. Jackson, oh God. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it works out for him. Magic. That's how Baneblade works. Ancient Egyptian magic. What we need to do? We need to go like the Yu-Gi-Oh card creator thing and make a Magi card. We're going to Magic the Gathering. Saw a card for Magic the Gathering called the U.S. Military, where it was like, well, you had like you had oil, so they came back. With Khmer, it's obvious that they us just buy the supplies. For Porcos, when is their state mission to weed out the weak and consider people who make weapons and food they eat as weak? Yeah, it says he's got a big problem. He's got a problem. Like there's a hole in the logic of the story. Plot holes, one might even say. Like if we wanted to, we could probably do a Mahler-esque takedown of Porcos and just like analyze every problem with that concept of a faction.
Artistic detail, right?
Indeed. I mean, people have talked like, would you do a Lamentations of Porcos? And I said, not Raven would have to do that.
I will eventually do a full video breaking down all my problems with Porcos.
Let's get into it. It's a good thing Napoleon wasn't in charge of France, otherwise he would have heard about the Emancipation Proclamation and said, "California it is." Napoleon was willing to work with whatever. He was a political animal. He tried to do what he assumed was best for him at the time. And besides, there was a Napoleon in charge at the time. It was the third.
It's funny. I've been asked many times to do a lore recap video, basically explain what's going on in the lore from the beginning till now. And I always keep pointing people to Erda Lupai's videos that For Honor literally endorsed and used in their own stuff. But people still want me to do it, and I can't understand why. It's like Erda Lupai had better imagery than I could ever get. Like, she drew the art for what she did. It's like...
What you need to do is you need to sum it up in more of a goofball style.
I can try.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do that as a New Year's thing or a Christmas thing.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, I don't want to do it right now while we're still only partway through the year.
Well, you can't do it right now. You're in the middle of the stream.
You know what I mean.
Ah, okay. Hey, Raven, what does the prayer of peace of Jerusalem mean?
The prayer of peace for Jerusalem? Just the prayer that Jerusalem will finally be at peace again. Because Jerusalem is constantly in a state of conflict.
Yep. The divided U.S. was far less likely to interfere with matters in the British Empire, particularly Canada and the Caribbean, and it would knock down a rising rival like Tiger too. Yep, that's another reason that they were interested. I was watching one of your old response videos, and I'd like to see a video on how you explain how stupid Obito's plan is, apparently, if it gave you a migraine in the video.
Yeah, legit. Obito's plan is probably the dumbest plan I've ever heard of. Like, it actually made my head like spin with how dumb it is. Because it shows, like, I'm kind of like, you're supposed to be the big baddie. You're supposed to be the big ultimate evil here. You're supposed to be the big baddie before Madara and then before Kaguya. Yeah, you're at least Madara is your classic. I want to take over the world, and Kaguya is the classic. I want to restart the world philosophy. Yours is literally the equivalent of I want to live in a fantasy world for the rest of my life, and you all have to suffer for it. I'm like,
my girlfriend died.
You want to know the funniest thing? I'm pretty sure there was like a kids show. I don't want to say My Little Pony because I don't know if that one was it or not, but there was some little kid show that dealt with this.
Code Lyoko.
No, it was the Christmas special with Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Because they said that they wish it was Christmas every day, and so it was Christmas every single day. And so eventually it got ruined, and it kind of was the lesson that you don't want the same thing every single day because it becomes repetitive and tired, and you realize there's no nuance or change or difference in the direction of how things go. So, and so I'm kind of like, I hate Obito. I hate him as a character. I hate him as a person. I hate him on a philosophical
Because
level.
we also hate, that's like, we used to have this goofball character that was kind of fun and endearing, and then he was like, I'm actually Edgy McEdgerson.
Edgy McEdgerson. The edgiest edgy whoever edgied.
Yeah, also it's like, I must end war and bring peace to the world. Proceeds to start the biggest freaking war of all time. Like, great job, my guy.
Tell you what, I'll go,
Fairly Odd Parents? Yeah, Fairly Odd
I'll go Zarya.
Oh yeah, Fairly Odd Parents did do something similar to that, because like, we want a war, like a world with no sleep.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that too. But it's like Obito, there are kids' cartoons where, is it weird for me to say that a lot of villains that I've seen in today's media, I don't necessarily mean Naruto, I mean in today's media, I could watch a random Fairly Odd Parents, My Little Pony, what have you, some kids' cartoon, and they've already dealt with this issue in a much more mature way. Like, is that not bizarre that the villains and heroes' whole mentality on life, I'm like, you know, I'm pretty sure we've dealt with this in a kids show.
This is why you're not allowed into a Hollywood writer's room. It's like, I had this great idea for a villain. It's so deep. It's so great. Yeah, didn't like MLP do this? Like,
I'm pretty sure Rainbow Dash had a whole episode dedicated to this.
Rex is in there. Oh yeah, it happened at this specific episode, this time.
Rex just walks in. Dude, I know this episode. Okay, I know it by heart. I could quote it. Fluttershy flies in.
I like to think that Rex is now in charge, and like everybody's like he's like he has a podcast, but completely dedicated to being a pro.
He's handed over rulership of Tachanka to his wife. He's now in charge of Hasbro, leading the next My Little Pony cartoon.
It was like, sir, I'm sorry, but we can't sell the plastic toys at that low a price. You will do it, or I will punish. Well, Amir, some Jewish people do come to Christ. They're called Messianic Jews. The Vikings would be mad because Valhalla is literally the same thing over and over again. I don't know. Sometimes you get that.
Well, eventually with Valhalla, you will die again. Because basically when Ragnarok happens, everyone will die.
Except Balder, because he's got to make a gate.
Ravenite, considering Twilight student Starlight Glimmer almost destroyed the space-time continuum, I'm inclined to agree with you. Wait, legit?
That's
Hold on, that's a... Look, okay, I know enough about My Little Pony to know that there was a legit Dragon Ball Z-esque fight between, like, Twilight and, what was his name? Whatever his effing name was. Like, I don't remember his name and I don't care. But he was, like, this big-ass monster, and they just had, like, this literal laser blast kind of fight. I was like, holy crap, My Little Pony trying to be metal.
So you mean to tell me a cartoon horse almost destroyed space time? So literally you could play an episode and then clip John Trotter going, only a fool would play God! Yes. And it would fit seamlessly?
Yes.
What madness drives them on?
I'll go ahead and tell you right now, we'll do one more Breach match after this, and that'll be it for the night.
Mm-hmm. I was worried they pulled a Dragon Ball Z and revived Apollyon for whatever reason. No, sadly that might have been better in certain instances. Actually, we did a video talking about the hypothetical what would have happened if Apollyon survived.
But yeah,
Grunt is trying to enter the chat desperately.
But yeah, so apparently Twilight Sparkle has a mentee now? He has a... Okay, I mean, I don't particularly care. What was her name again? I don't care.
Her name was I Don't Care. Did she work for the St. Louis Wolves?
No, I don't... Well, okay, I'm going to look back. It was Starlight Glimmer. Some of the names on these characters. Good lord.
Boo names.
I think the last thing I remember from that is Twilight becomes like an alicorn. That's the last thing I remember.
So
and hey, that's dope. Alicorns are dope, but
she became corny?
Corny.
Blood for the blood god!
You know, the funny thing is, between when it comes to all those rabid fandoms out there, MLP is probably the one that I'm kind of like, I don't have anything against you.
I do. There's some of their fans don't shower.
Well, some of their fans are cringe, but I'm just saying none of them have offended me personally.
I mean, I don't know. When I was a cashier, there was a guy I went to high school with. You know exactly who I'm talking about.
Frizzletop, yeah.
Yep. And I was hoping maybe he'll grow out of that phase. Maybe he'll grow out of it. And I remember him coming to like, oh, hey, man, how you doing? And he was wearing his brony shirt that he never washed with his Rainbow Dash big headphones on. Like, oh, hey, yeah, dude. Please never associate with me again.
Well, the thing is, the problem with him is he wasn't a fan so much as he was a craver of attention. I don't think he liked the show as much as he did want people to notice him. Because here's the thing. I like One Piece. I don't wear a straw hat everywhere I go.
Unless you're working outside, in which case it's necessary. But, like, there's certain things where it's just like, why would you do this?
Well, I know why he does it for attention. He wants people to say, wow, you're weird. And then you can go, yeah, I know. Which, I'm like, isn't that an embarrassment? Like, I think even the creators of the show would be like, okay, settle down, freak.
Yeah, it was awkward for me, because then I had people going, you know that guy? Yeah, in high school, we didn't talk about that. Because theater.
My exposure to My Little Pony was mostly because I had a friend named Nika who I did a lot of art and projects with who was a big fan, and she wanted me to watch it with her, and hey, she was a friend. I didn't mind doing it.
You also had a friend in college, too.
Plus, I had a friend in college who liked it, too, and that's how I ended up watching, I think, through season 3 or 4. Hey, you know what? I survived it. It didn't make me ill like Steven Universe did.
Yeah, I had a girlfriend in college who convinced me to watch it on Once Upon a Time.
Like... Let me put it this way: I could stomach 4 seasons of My Little Pony. I couldn't stomach more than 1 season of Steven Universe. I quit that shit. I quit that shit cold turkey.
I actually watched the first season of Steven Universe, and I thought, I don't get the big deal.
I watched the first season, and I said, this is stupid.
Yeah, the first episode begs the question: why? Why would you do this?
Wait, Steven Universe made me ill, essentially.
There's only so much you can of a chubby kid singing about ice cream sandwiches you can take.
Or becoming a giant lady. And then after I learned more about the lore of the show and Steven's origins, I'm like, oh,
that's wrong.
This is wrong, and this is a kid's show?
Yep, I think ER does a good breakdown. You can still find it.
Rex, now as the head of Hasbro, we're cutting the prices of all MLB-related products. We know Hasbro too, but we'll lose one kid.
No, like if they're in charge of Hasbro, does that mean they're also in charge of like Wizards of the Coast? Grunted. It's like the best race in D&D is now the Krogan. But there has to be a balance. No, it's all.
Let me put it this way: if I met a girl who was really attractive, and she told me that she was into My Little Pony, suddenly My Little Pony has become my favorite show of all time. Like, I know my priorities.
To quote one of my buddies from D&D, I know my weaknesses, I fold. I'm going to tell this story, this is great. So, I was running a mini campaign to try and entice my guys into getting into a longer campaign. And one of the hooks they had to follow was there was a sailor that was missing from a ship that had recently been sabotaged. And they found that he had basically done it to try and impress this girl under suspicious circumstances. So they go hunt him down, and they find him, and they figure out that the girl that was sort of coaxing him into doing the sabotage was actually a succubus. And when she reveals that she's a succubus, and after I finish describing her, one of my buddies who's playing a holy, very holy cleric goes, and I fold immediately. And I'm like, you're a holy cleric? And he says, a cleric who knows his weaknesses. And this is mine.
Correct. Didn't you use another fusion that means sexual? Yes.
Yeah.
It was an allegory for sex.
I mean, they allude to it in the show.
Like when they're doing their like dance to do it. I remember.
I mean, literally the carrot, like the long-nosed one, covers Steven's eyes.
Like as if there's something you can't see, and they all freaked out when Steven fused with Connie. Like, how can you do this? This is so wrong. You shouldn't. I'm like, why is it a problem if it's not sexual in nature or somehow inappropriate?
But I draw the line at Twilight. Oh, you mean the vampire thing? The best way to deal with Twilight, the vampire thing, is this great group we call Rift Tracks.
They make it watchable.
I was like, I wanted to kill you when you were going 45 in the passing way.
How did you get in here? Through the chimney. I'm actually part Santa Claus.
It's like, it's like, well, you didn't order anything. I'm on a diet. You see, I only eat eucalyptus leaves. I'm a koala bear. now I gotta watch that again because just the way they make fun of that is so good. If you haven't looked into Rift Tracks, please do. They're fun. Have you ever watched Generator Rex?
Yes, I've seen it. It was okay.
Yeah, that was right.
I never saw Twilight, but what's bad about it? Probably one of the most Mary Sue characters to exist. Well, one of the earliest Mary Sue characters.
It's just
to exist.
contrived writing.
Very contrived, very much author fantasy come to life, you know.
Yeah, basically, like, take something like your very generic wish fulfillment isekai. It's basically that, but for teenage girls. That's basically
what is Rift Tracks, like Twilight but dubbed? No, Rift Tracks are a group of guys who basically take movies, old ones or popular ones, whichever, and they watch the movie and make fun of it. And like basically like talking over it, adding dialogue, joking about what they're seeing. It's very entertaining. Like, and so like for example, in the scene where Edward would say, "I wanted to kill you from the first time I saw you," the Rift Tracks guys would play that scene. So I wanted to kill you, and then one of them would speak up when you were going 45 in the passing lane. Like, so basically just constant making fun of what they're saying.
Yeah, it's great. They also do like Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is particularly funny. They also, one of my favorites is when they do Pirates of the Caribbean. They just do a great job. But the Harry Potter and Twilight Rift Tracks are definitely a must-see. Gird your loins for whimsy, my friend.
Gird your loins for whimsy, my friends.
Rift Tracks is a follow-up to MST3K. Yes, it's the same guys.
Yes, it's the same folks. They just basically wanted to do it again.
Yeah, they did it again, but there's no robots. It's just them. So
Edward, I can't read your thoughts. No, you can. There's just nothing there. Like pretty much, that's kind of what they do.
No, I think he's directly quoting it.
I don't remember. I haven't watched it.
No, I remember he's directly quoting it. Oh, did I watch some riff tracks? Yeah, check it out. They got a YouTube channel.
Yeah, they've got a great YouTube channel. They've also got a website where you can purchase riffs. Like we spend a lot of time watching riff tracks. We've watched almost all the Harry Potter ones, all the Lord of the Ring ones, all the Star Wars ones.
I'm very disappointed they haven't done the Hobbit ones yet.
I wish they would do the Hobbit.
Because those would be great. Like they did the first episode of Game of Thrones and Stranger Things. So they're like Mystery Science Theater. Yeah.
Almost exactly like it. They just took out the robots and the skits that they would do in between the scenes, but everything else is the same as Mystery Science Theater. Right down to the same actors. Like it's Mike Nelson, Kevin Murphy, and Bill Corbett. Like it's those three. And
they'll also occasionally have guests on. Like they got Weird Al to guest.
They got Weird Al once. They got a couple other people.
They got the voice actress who did Cora to come on for one.
She's been on for 2, I think. And she was pretty funny.
Mm-hmm. They got Chad Vader.
For several, actually.
They got the guy who was like the main character from How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
Neil Patrick
Harris.
Yeah, they got him on for a riff or two.
Oh, actually, I remember Mike did a whole joke where he mentioned My Little Pony. Do you remember that? And he's like, yeah, he really gives off Brody vibes, right, guys? Guys? And they're like... they're just like...
Oh, they don't want to be punched by rats.
Of course.
Still put up by Warmonger's voice being literally a polygons. Would it be cool if you could customize?
Oh, I'm dead.
I have been diagnosed with the dead. Raven, I remember I saw a funny thing you said on Discord about Steven Universe and said it's a sad day when you can find more to appreciate it in anime or MLP than Cartoon Network TV show.
It's true.
Yep.
It's true. Like, if I can go... Well, here's the thing. If I can grab a random episode of My Little Pony and find more substance in that than in a single episode of... No, for a full season of Steven Universe, that's a sad day.
What if Apollyon met Sarah from Monster Club?
What if Apollyon met Sarah?
She probably, well, what the heck is
she
that?
probably go, what the hell is that I'm looking at?
Sarah would probably go, dry it!
Also, Raven, I wanted to apologize for spoiling the whole council covering up the Reapers and not telling each other. Yeah, it's cool. Who even approves Steven Universe? Cartoon Network. They clearly weren't thinking.
I don't know, but they should have been fired.
They should have been, but the problem is Steven Universe got popular, so.
Yep, for all the wrong reasons. Bronies may be kind of sort of right on some things from a certain point of view. It's official. We're on the wrong timeline.
Pretty much.
But the show about cartoon horses is making legitimate points. We gotta bail out. We've made a terrible mistake.
Well, like, I know that I make fun of it, but genuinely, if I had kids, it's not the worst thing that they could watch. Like, honestly, they'd be like, yeah, you can watch that, go for it. Like, it's wholesome. It doesn't force any woke agendas. Honestly, I'm going to say this. This is funny. I remember one episode of My Little Pony. It surprised me. I can't remember the name of it for the life of me, but I remember
I'd be more concerned if you did remember.
Well, I remember the plot. I remember what happens. Basically, one of the ponies, Rarity, is trying to find a bunch of gems, and she brings Spike along to help find them because she can use her magic to look for gems in the earth. These evil dog characters notice this, and they want to exploit Rarity and get her to find gems for them, so they kidnap her. Throughout the episode, all the characters assume that Rarity's being tortured, she's suffering, they're trying to get to her and save her. Meanwhile, Rarity is just being an annoying prima donna, prissy bitch, just whining about everything, being naggy, talking back, just, very, very, very irritating. The kind of whine that you just like, you can't help but laugh at. And it's so bad that when the gang finally catches up to her, the dogs are trying to say, no, get rid of her, we don't want her, please take her back, we'll give you all the gems we have, just get rid of this woman, get rid of her right now, we can't take it anymore. And they're all mind blown, like, really? Like, Rarity took care of herself? And then the main message of the story was that just because a character is feminine or female does not mean that they cannot take care of themselves. They most certainly can. And I was like, why is it that My Little Pony in one episode, about probably the most annoying character in the whole cast, manage to make an episode that teaches a lesson Hollywood can't figure out for the life of them. You manage to teach that a woman doesn't have to be super strong or tough or buff to save themselves or protect themselves or save the day. They just need to be witty, smart, careful, play to their strength, play to the enemy's weakness. They can do things without having to just be the strongest. They can accomplish things. But no, they don't do that. You can't do that. That's apparently too much for people to realize in Hollywood nowadays. Every female character has to kick everyone's ass and dominate the boys. I'm like, why is it that Hasbro with MLP could figure this out in one episode? I'm not even a huge fan of this, but I know this, I recognize this, and I'm like, it is a sad day when I could walk into Hollywood. Okay, guys, I want you to watch this episode, and we're going to take notes. Like,
Indeed.
No way, I don't believe that woman. JK. All right. Anything is better than SU, even Transformers. Funny thing is, a Canadian show did it better than Hollywood. Those Canadians.
all right, this will be the last match of the night. That's why I'm playing Kensei, since it is his Hero Fest.
Well, what does Ken say?
What does the king say? I'm sorry.
You should be.
Teletubbies has more substance than Steven Universe. I'd rather watch Skibbity Toilet than Steven Universe. I don't even know what that is. Kensei was my first hero. Hey! Back to basics, boys. Oh, it's official. MLP did something better than Hollywood. That's it, fellas. Back it up. Get the transports. We're nuking this bitch from orbit and starting over. I was just talking with Raven earlier about the Exterminatus speech from Dawn of War 2. And I'd like to think the same message applies to that comment. Raven Lark, did you see where 4chan trolled Steven Universe fan base by making the Jim's what a skin to white, and then people told them to kill themselves, and then 4chan said they're a black trans. Oh yeah, I saw that escapade, how they completely just gaslit an entire social media site.
Yep.
It was great. Good thing you don't know what Skibbity Toilet is. It probably is a good thing, and I'm not looking into it.
Yes, indeed.
Well, since this is the last match, if there's any last minute questions you want to get in, now's the time.
Gaslight is a pro-business move. I mean, hey, I try to gaslight my students on the regular. Like, there was a time where I had a Raven sub for me, and I was like, now, here's the thing. I did not tell them I was going to be absent today, so you have to pretend to be me. And a good number of them did not know until someone pointed it out. Never said what class you're playing in Baldur's Gate 3. Currently I'm doing a druid. A Circle of the Moon druid. Let's see. No, we haven't seen Pacific Rim yet. We're still trying to write for Atlantic Edge. Because it'd be like that sometimes. I do not apologize for that pun.
Nor would I expect you to.
Indeed. I mean my puns. They're fully intended. Fortune is the group that played International Capture the Flag with actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf. You don't touch that level of crazy. Yeah, 4chan is not to be trifled with, and I typically try and leave them alone. A bit late, but thoughts on Oppenheimer, the person or the movie? Because we haven't seen the movie, but...
I'm not a big fan of Oppenheimer. The guy does not impress me.
The cheating on his wife thing sort of gets to you.
Well, not only that, but the fact that he was so wishy-washy on his own morality.
Yep.
Super proud of what he did up until the fact that it got a little controversial. Then suddenly, oh, I can't live with myself.
Yeah, I was like, I made this thing called the Jap Destroyer 9000. Sir, we have used the Jap Destroyer 9000 and it has been super effective at destroying the Japs. Like, how how could this happen? Like, how did you not do? I remember like reading somewhere about how like President Truman. He came into President Truman's office crying, going like, "I can't believe I've done this," and he said, "Get out." And he said, "Never let him back in here. I'm the one who gave the order to drop it. The guilt is with me."
Basically, in the meeting, he was saying that there's blood on my hands, and Truman said, and Truman apparently asked him if he wanted to take a minute to go wash up, because he said, "I've got way more blood on my hands. I'm the one who ordered it dropped."
Yep. And ironically, those bombs.
Plus, he was pro-com. So.
Yeah.
4chan versus the U.S. government, who wins? 4chan's less likely to break down, so. Just goes to show the intellect of a so-called genius. Keep in mind, he wasn't the only mind that was working on that project either. Like you had a lot of like the Western world's greatest minds on that project.
They showed that in the Oppenheimer movie, and I'll bet they played him up the victim.
Ubisoft won't let us have fun. They're too busy making the same Assassin's Creed game again and again. Yep.
I'm so sick of Assassin's Creed at this point.
It's sad because I used to be a big fan of Assassin's Creed, but Valhalla's killing a lot of it. I come to you in a time of great need. The Force is being rewritten in an upcoming Disney series known as The Acolyte. It's going to rewrite the Force to not be good or bad, but power.
But the Force technically is just a power. Good or bad implies how you use it. That's what it is. The Force is just energy. It is an energy field that binds all things together. Like the Force is just energy given off by all living things. That's what the Force is. Those who use it for peace and prosperity and to help the world and to help others and for selfless reasons, light side, good side. For those who do it for selfish reasons and for personal gain, that is dark side. Like it's not. The Force does not have a binary naturally. It's a binary in terms of use.
Yep. Raven Knight, you are my only hope. Reminds me of that song.
This Star Destroyer will board our ship. It might not make it.
Yeah, it's going back to the roots, but the problem is the main character of Mirage is Loki. Spoilers, by the way. Which that whole thing just kills it for me.
So I'll store this vital information
I
stored inside R2.
I traveled to the Lord of the Rings community. Star Wars needs a. I already seen this one thing. Like there was people like lined up to watch. It was either Attack of the Clones or Revenge of the Sith. But there was like a lot of people that were waiting for the premiere, and a lot of people, cosplaying, dressed up as in Star Wars garb. And there was a guy dressed up as Gandalf the Grey trying to troll everyone.
And send these droids to Tatooine. It all depends on you, Obi-Wan. You're my only hope, Obi-Wan. In case you didn't know, this is our most desperate hour. This isn't just for show. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Speaking of cosplay, have you guys ever been to a Comic-Con or Anime Con?
Clark has.
Yeah, I went on a date with a girl to it. We both dressed as America from Hitalia.
Where'd you get it?
It was cheap and easy to cosplay. And at the time, I somewhat looked like him. If I was wearing glasses. Well, I say the dark side is pretty much the One Ring from Lord of the Rings, but it gives you Force Lightning instead of invisibility, which I would argue is better. Actually, you can learn invisibility if you know what you're doing, at least in Old Republic. I hope you guys only did side hunts. Of course, we didn't do premarital handling either, because this is a Christian home. The Greek Assassin's Creed game wasn't bad, it just got boring. I loved the origin story-wise, but Valhalla, I'd just rather go back. and play release Destiny 2. I enjoyed Odyssey. I thought it was fun, but of course I'm a nut for Greek history. Origins started out great in my opinion, but the story got very stupid very fast. Character motivations didn't make sense anymore. They couldn't figure out who they wanted to be the villain. When they finally decided who was the villain, they didn't handle it well, nor did it make sense. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, the story was kind of stupid, but it was fun to run around. And Valhalla, oh boy, did they make stupid decisions. I dare you to give Raven a high five. I'll do it later. Stupid? I've said several things are stupid, Michael. You're going to have to be a little more specific on what's your question.
Hey, Raven, do you plan on reviewing Hazbin Hotel when it comes out? No, not really. Because I don't plan on watching it. I mean, I could give my thoughts, but honestly, my thoughts would just amount to this is blasphemous, poorly written heresy. And then all the fans of Izzy Pop would say, you're just a right-wing, bigoted Christian hater. And then I'll say, yeah, keep telling yourself that.
So that another D8. You're able to be billed to you in 3 business days.
Assassin's Creed Origin Story. No, he didn't call Origin Story stupid.
Oh, no.
The ending is.
I called like halfway through, it just sort of fell off.
Yeah.
And if you want, you can watch the, we do the Assassin's Creed Rank series, we did Origins, and it fell off hard for me. Simply because, like, you start out, you got a good motivation, you got good characters, and I kind of liked how, oh, you have Bayek and his, I forget the name of his wife, like, they had a good relationship. They were driven by a purpose, and so far it was good, it was made sense. But then I can never hand down like who was in charge of the Order of the Ancients. It always changed because at first like this is the guy that killed my son. Well, no, it was actually this guy that killed my son. Or no, it was this guy that killed my son.
And then it turns out Julius Caesar was the bad guy all along.
Which makes no sense, and suddenly they make Caesar, who was started out to be a bro in the game. I was like, yeah, I can get behind that.
What I think happened was they changed writing teams.
They changed
genuinely.
Well, what originally happened, like the problem was they originally wanted Aya to be the assassin. Like they went through like 3 different changes. Because originally, I remember reading in Game Informer, Assassin's Creed Origins was going to take place even earlier in Egypt, and you were going to play like a freed slave. Then they changed it and they wanted Aya to be the main assassin. However, they didn't think that would sell well, so they wrote in Bayek, because originally what was going to happen is her son and Bayek died and she took over and became the first assassin. They didn't think it would sell, went to Bayek instead, but they're like, well, we can't have Bayek and Aya still be married to each other. We have to have them separate and divorce, because out of nowhere. Because they just, like, I thought their relationship was doing fine, and suddenly, like, I guess the gods don't want us to be together. Like, where'd you pull that
Where'd you
from?
get that idea?
Why would you just assume?
Alright, let's go ahead and go through these characters.
Yep, gotta go through.
Oh, and I made this Warden. He'll be getting the Legend video soon.
Yep, for hack. Why can't games have healthy marriages anymore these days? Because Hollywood
Because Hollywood doesn't like marriage.
Yep.
They've been taught by the feminist movement that marriage is an institution of controlling women and blah, blah.
Because it's like, well, we can't have a strong, independent woman if she's married. Like, that, no, you can't.
I like how everyone was saying that love isn't really a thing anymore, you know, because it's not 1928 anymore, okay? She doesn't need love, she doesn't need a man. I'm like, you make it sound like women shouldn't aim for love or romance. Are you that miserable in your life? Is your whole worldview that effing sad? That you think that girls aiming for love is bad priorities? So go screw yourself. Seriously.
It's like I want to have somebody to care for me, and I care for them in return, and we grow old together and build a family. Gosh, what a terrible message you're sending to children.
The way I see that is basically, the only people who would say something like that are the kind of people who know that they are so popular and famous they never have to wonder about if they'll get a man. Because there will be some guy out there who's sent for them saying, oh, you're super hot, famous, and rich. And they're like, they never have to worry about it. They never have to worry about whether or not they'll find love because they've got it made.
Mm-hmm. Just look how Twitter people reacted to the Japanese McDonald's ad. Yeah. I mean, I think the biggest problem is that there's like, that's a cute family, but they shouldn't be going to McDonald's because that's not healthy for them. But, you know, needs must, if you will. But, yeah, they were... What were they even freaking out about with that again? I looked at it, I was like, I don't see the problem.
They were freaking out with the fact that it was encouraging... full family dynamic, that it was white supremacist because the characters looked white because two of them were orange haired, which isn't Japanese, that it was promoting pedophilia because supposedly the mother and daughter looked way too similar.
Genetics apparently is a silly myth.
And it also came out near around the same time that the trans promoting McDonald's ad came out, and they were basically mad about that, saying, no, why do people like this but not our thing?
Gosh. I heard that Japanese McDonald's was better than the US McDonald's. Over quality, I think yeah. But I think most fast food chains that leave the United States and open up shop in other countries typically have a higher standard. Like, let me tell you, when I was in Romania, I saw a few chains over there. Like, I've been to Pizza Hut in the United States, I've been to Pizza Hut in Romania. Romanian Pizza Hut's kicking US Pizza Hut in the hindquarters, man. How does that promote the pedos? Like, that's just the thing.
Because they make it sound like the man is in love with his wife because she looks like a child, and their child is also a child, so he probably F's both of them. That's their theory.
Yeah. I feel like that's a confession through projection, or like, you know what I'm talking about there. The U.S. needs to demand better, indeed. That's why we get really disappointed when people come from overseas to the United States and say, well, we'll see the McDonald's. Like, no, there's so much better choices. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. Pick something better. Isn't that true of any country outside of the U.S.? Yeah, I think so. There are petite women. Yeah, I know. Remember, there are also a lot of these Twitter people, they're trying to feel better about themselves, and so they have to bring everything else down. Is Nobushi Shinto or Christian?
She was raised by her father, Christian. And she actually becomes a demon hunter. That's her story. She's basically a hunter of demons and yokai.
So we're going to do a little bit of Japanese.
Well, that's why she uses these executions.
I like that too, because it's perfect if they've been salty.
And this one.
Oh, we're going to get that demon right out of you. Oh, yeah, let me hold on. Hold still, we're carving it out. Oh, there it is. Did I just see a testicle fly up? Greetings, said the spider to the fly. Nice.
But yeah, she's basically a hunter of demons.
Petite women are racist and not real. I would like to hear your Nobu story.
We'll get to it. I got a few other stories to finish up first.
Yeah, your Nobushi character sounds interesting. I wonder if you can make a lawbringer that actually hunts demons disguised as a man.
Okay. Like,
didn't we actually come up with a concept for like a female lawbringer in disguise?
we came up with a concept for a female lawbringer in disguise, yes. That's our impaler lawbringer.
I'm just imagining The Exorcist in For Honor.
Are you now?
Right. I love your Legend series, Raven. Well, thank you, Thomas Salazar.
I'm glad to work on my Legend series.
Imagine your Nobushi character fighting Matsunaga Ryo.
Oh, that'd be interesting. But I don't think they'd fight. Because Matsunaga Ryo would know better than to reveal herself to a demon hunter.
For now.
Besides, Matsunaga Ryo is kind of on a diet.
Sorry I blacked out for a moment from sheer stupidity-induced rage. Happens to the best of us.
Wow, I didn't know you were that stupid.
Imagine Raven as a woke, politically correct maniac. Perish the thought. How dare you, sir?
Yeah, no, that would never happen.
How
I don't have the stomach for that.
often do you check on fan or Cron or OCs in the Discord?
I look at it every now and then.
If I shudder to imagine. Like I said, perish the thought.
I'd probably be more popular on YouTube.
I gotta know, but at what cost? Can you imagine?
Yeah,
I mean, you're like organized chaos kind of fella. Would that be worth it?
It would not be worth it. That's why I don't do it.
Can any Christian perform an exorcist and exercise in the Bible, or just Jesus? Like we see other people in the Bible do it. Like Paul
Paul did it. Peter did it. The apostles did it.
Like there's still exorcists employed to this day.
Yeah,
So.
it's not impossible for other Christians to do it, but there's got to be like training. You've got to be ordained, that kind of
It's
thing.
like in theory, any Christian can do it, but
Because it's not the power of the Christian that does it. It's the power of God that does it.
yeah, it's God working through the believer. Workers, no, you can't stop us. We're banning married couples, fascism, and capitalism. My warriors I'm building in my heads, we will cleanse the world of your foolish corruption. Call the Black Templars, boys. This is a job for them. Ballin', but at what cost?
Pretty much. All right, I think I went through everybody.
Catholics think that priests can do it. Protestants are more general. Yeah, that's general. That's an accurate assessment. Speaking of Legends video, did Revna return to Bao Shen after her story, or do they separate?
She goes searching for him. She goes in search of him.
Well, Jesus does it better. Yeah, that's because you're cutting out the middleman. I know Raven is his worst critic, but I don't think he's self-flogging enough to be politically correct in that job.
No, I don't self-flog myself enough for that.
I just can't imagine Raven being a woke or PC. Very good. We've left a proper impression then. This is personal. You okay there, Alvin? All right. I think that that's all the questions then.
Just might be.
All right.
Well, in that case, we're going to go ahead and call it there, guys. We hope you enjoyed. It was not the stream I thought it would be, but it didn't turn out too bad in the end. So the plan is tomorrow, we're going to try to do the next Mass Effect video. We're going to do our best to get that done. Hopefully you guys will be there for it. I'm hoping to have some fun with it myself. So yeah, anything else, Mark?
No, I think we got everything in.
All right. Well, in that case, we'll go ahead and log off. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Take care.
Have a good one.